Take me to that world.
Yeah.
Well, it would melt your face off. So
What are you saying?
I mean, you can't just make random words and just say, okay. I feel like I'm sitting in a physics class at Harvard that I'm unqualified for. A lot of times when something sounds super crazy, might as well be true.
This is all really sketchy.
Yeah.
This is that part of science where it's like, this is science fiction.
hello and welcome to this episode of I Should Have Known, the trivia game show that can't be trusted. Each week, one of our quizmasters will present you with 4 facts about a topic, but one of them is a lie. And for the month of December, we've been doing a December theme. I don't know how that happened. Today's episode is winter inspired. I will be your quizmaster. I'm Andi, and we are doing the Find the Fake episode on Icy Worlds. So we're talking about cold, cold worlds. But one of these worlds is actually from science fiction. It is not real. So join our other hosts, Sups and Tanner, in figuring out which one of my icy worlds is a lie.
All right. Other planets, other worlds.
Well, yeah. So specifically, this is Icy Worlds because not all of them are planets.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And icy is also kind of, we'll talk a little bit more about that later, but that's not as literal or obvious as you might think.
Okay. So they're both in quotes, sort of.
Kind of.
Icy
Worlds.
worlds.
Icy worlds. Yeah.
Sure.
So I'm not going to give you the names or locations of any of them.
Right.
So they're all decontextualized.
Right.
Because otherwise it would be pretty obvious. So to start getting you thinking about what we're talking about, our PQQ, what is the name of the fictional icy planet in the Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back?
Oh, yeah. I was actually hoping that the fake would be this one, so I would know it.
Nice try.
It's Hoth, right?
Hoth, yeah. At the beginning of that movie, there's the Battle of Hoth between the Empire and the Rebellion. Hoth is actually a rocky Earth-like planet about half the size of the Earth, orbiting a star also named Hoth.
Oh, great.
So it's in the Hoth system.
They really were not creative in that department.
No.
So that is kind of the trick of this episode will be something like Hoth, where it's a fictional world.
I love it. Awesome. Let's get nerdy. Talk about icy worlds.
Yeah, so icy world number 1, an ice giant with diamond rain.
What?
My kind of icy world.
Diamond rain.
Yes.
How many carrots?
I don't know.
All of them.
So actually, not only diamond rain, but also likely diamond oceans with diamond bergs
What? Like an iceberg?
made
With
of diamond.
diamonds?
Every girl's dream.
Yeah.
Take me to that world.
Well, it would melt your face off. So this is an ice giant. So an ice giant is a specific designation of planet. There are giants, planets who are composed primarily of gases or gaseous elements. And then ice giants are a subsect of giants where they are high in elements other than hydrogen and helium. So this particular ice giant with the diamond rain is cyan or blue in color.
Oh, nice.
Because it is high levels of water, ammonia, and methane ice.
Okay. And so it has to be cold because if the temperature was a little higher, then all of those would be liquid or gas, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So this planet, its minimum temperature, which is a theoretical concept, is about 49 Kelvin,
Okay.
which is minus
Whoa.
224 Celsius
Whoa.
or minus 371 Fahrenheit.
Yikes, that is cold.
So that's its theoretical minimum temperature. It is roughly 20 AU or astronomical units, which is the distance of the Earth from the sun, from its star.
Oh, so it's 20 times further from its star than we are from our star.
Yes.
Okay.
It's about 4 times the diameter of the Earth, but 14 times the mass.
Oh, it is giant.
So it has this diamond rain,
Yeah, what?
which is probably actually a pretty common feature of ice giants. Basically, when methane molecules are put under a lot of pressure, they lose the carbon, and then that carbon collects and is put under a lot of pressure. And we know when you do that, you get diamonds.
Right.
Yeah.
So the methane clouds are getting a carbon stripped. These are crunched together into diamonds, and they fall as rain into diamond lakes.
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy.
And we have to guess the fictional world this comes from.
You don't have to.
We definitely do.
I mean, you can make guesses if you'd like.
This description, for some reason, screams Superman to me.
Superman. Okay. Something like only he would survive it, or
Yeah,
a villain
yeah,
comes from this
yeah,
world or
yeah.
something. Yeah, this sounds very unbelievable to me. Yeah.
What were you thinking?
I mean, I think all four are going to sound unbelievable
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
I've heard of like planets that are diamond or like stars that are diamond, but not diamond rain.
Are diamonds found in other planets?
Yeah, because it's just like carbon
Right.
high pressure,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not like cut like all pretty. You know?
Sure.
But it's
Wow.
It sounds unbelievable.
Mhm.
You know?
It's like the extreme end.
Yeah.
But also, a lot of times when something sounds super crazy,
Yeah.
might as well be true, right?
Honestly, I think this is the least impressive of the
Oh,
four.
wow.
Oh wow.
Wow.
I'm very curious as to what
Yeah.
the other three are.
I will say it's important to keep in mind that most of this stuff is theoretical
Mhm.
because we don't have the technology to observe these kinds of things.
Right.
We've never seen diamond rain,
Yeah.
but theoretically,
Mm-hmm.
that's what's there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, Icy World number 2 is a Hoptune with hot ice.
So no, those
No.
words don't go together.
No.
What are you saying?
I mean, you can't just make random words and just say, okay, yes.
There's hot ice
I
here.
mean, cold fire,
Yeah,
hot
right.
ice. Like,
What are you talking about?
Hot ice. All right,
Yeah.
so let's first start with Hoptune.
Yeah, what is that?
Hoptune is a hot Neptune.
Oh,
I thought Hoptune is a form of dance. That
Yeah. Right?
So this is a planet about the size of Neptune, but it likely has a rocky core because it is under immense pressure because it's
Oh.
extremely close to its sun. Its orbital period is about 2 days. It is less than 1/15 the distance between the sun and Mercury.
Its orbital period meaning
Its year.
how fast it goes around.
around the
Yeah.
sun.
Yeah.
2 days.
2 days. Yeah. So it's
I don't think that's
extreme.
the sound it makes.
It's definitely its.
So it's extremely close to its sun and it's under immense pressure. So much pressure that the ice that it has in its body is being compressed so that it's solid, it's ice, but it's hot.
What?
So it has something called ice 16. First of all, let me blow your mind. There are different kinds of ices. They have numbers.
What ice is in my fridge?
Ice 1.
Ice.
I assume.
Okay.
I'm only assuming that. So water is an extremely weird molecule.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because of its structure, it can be pushed together in different ways that it becomes solid molecularly,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not solid how it would want to be solid. So there's ice 1 through at least 18
Wow. So there's a version of ice on this planet.
that is hot.
Mm. So do I burn myself when I touch this ice? Or what do you
Well,
mean by hot?
Do you think 526 degrees Celsius is hot?
Mm.
Or 980 degrees Fahrenheit?
So how does it stay ice and it doesn't melt or evaporate because of the pressure?
Pressure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the
It's-
pressure is overtaking the temperature here.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's under immense pressure where it's forcing the molecules together so that they're not vibrating as a liquid,
Mm-hmm. Hot ice.
but it's not boiling away.
Mm.
This is all really sketchy.
Yeah.
This is that part of science where it's like, this is science fiction. Like, this
This
is
is
so
a-
unbelievable.
Yeah. But can you think of like if it's fiction, like where?
That's
could
always
it-
the fun
Mm.
part. Where is
Yeah.
this from? So, yeah, I'm starting to think like Star Trek or something like
something that revolves
weird
like in 2
planets.
days. Yeah, weird planets.
Yeah.
Mm.
But this is awfully specific. So many
Yeah.
details, you know? Like,
Yeah, I feel like I'm sitting in a physics class at
Yeah.
Harvard that I'm unqualified for. Yeah. And like the professor is just going on and I'm like just nodding my head. Yep.
I don't belong in this
Yes, I don't belong.
you said there's multiple ices?
There are multiple
Okay.
kinds of ice. Yes.
I need a lower level class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you
But-
think of any fictional things?
No,
Yeah.
no. I think this whole thing about hot ice really threw me off.
Mhm.
And especially the ice have numbers
Mm-hmm.
now and we're talking about ice 16.
Mhm. I've heard of only Ice 9 because it's in like a Kurt Vonnegut story.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with hot planets or
Mm,
anything.
Okay.
Do you remember what Ice 9 does?
Ice 9 kills people. It like freezes in a different way and it takes over ice and then everyone dies,
Okay.
I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
Doesn't help us much.
no.
Okay, do you want to hear about Icy World number 3?
Let's go.
All right. So Icy World number 3 is an Earth-like planet with a band of liquid water.
Okay. Cool.
I don't know if you guys realize this, but there's literally only one planet that we know of that has standing liquid water.
Right.
And it's the one we're sitting on.
Right. You're telling us
This
that there's
one
another Earth.
Probably has a band of liquid water on it. So this planet is about the size of the Earth, so it's rocky.
Mm-hmm.
It is on the outer edge of the Goldilocks zone. Have you ever heard of the Goldilocks zone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the distance from its star where it's like habitable, theoretically, right?
Close. So this is a band of a distance that a planet can be from its star where liquid water is possible on the surface.
Right. So theoretically, you could draw a conclusion from that where you could have life.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Because as far as we know, life requires liquid water.
Mm-hmm.
So this was found a while ago. It also has a highly elliptical orbit, which makes it a little weird. So the Earth has a nearly circular orbit. It is elliptical, right? It's a little bit further sometimes of the year than others. This is highly elliptical, which means at some points in its orbit, it's much further from its star than others.
Okay.
And it's just on the outer limit.
Right.
And what's weird about this one is that it's highly reflective at the poles, but not the whole thing.
So like it has polar ice caps or something.
Yes. So that's what's led the theory of it having liquid water. If it has water on the poles.
Oh, and it's within this Goldilocks zone.
this zone.
It should have water.
It should have liquid water in the tropics of this planet, essentially.
Right.
And you said this is a rocky planet?
It's a rocky planet, yeah.
Sounds like there should be a really big deal.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Earth. It must be really, really far away. Otherwise, why are people wasting their time going to Mars? You know, go here.
Right? Yeah, they could go there.
Yeah, it's 140 light years away.
And you said it's an icy planet. So is it cold?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's cold.
Okay.
I mean, it has water ice on it.
Right.
Okay.
So it has to be at least as cold. Permanent water ice.
Okay.
So like,
I mean,
at
I don't
least
consider
that
the Earth cold.
cold.
I was picturing Hoth for all
Well,
of these.
no,
like
no,
it's totally
it's
winter
icy.
all the time.
This
It's
is
all
an
ice.
It has
All
ice on it. That was my only.
Icy
Icy
meaning
means it has ice.
Ice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it now. It has ice, so it's icy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
okay.
don't know why you're like,
I thought icy meaning it's all ice.
it has ice. Like water ice is actually extremely common in the universe.
Yeah, people think that it might be on the moon, right?
It's on Mars for sure.
Yeah,
Right.
For sure.
Water ice.
I mean, we're used to saying ice means water ice.
But it's not.
But it's not the only kind of ice.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's some physics for you, right
There you
there.
go.
Yeah, it's not the only kind of ice.
Right.
Water ice. But liquid water, we know of no planet other than this one that has it.
Liquid water. Yeah. Sounds too good to be true.
Right.
I mean, if it were on the papers, if people were talking about it, then I think scientists would like spend a little bit more resources.
The other two sound like they're from fiction because they're so unbelievable.
Right.
Like who thinks up diamond rain?
Right.
This one sounds like it could be from fiction because it's too good to be true. It's unbelievable that we found another one like this.
Yeah.
I can't pinpoint which fiction it's from, you know?
Right. I'd imagine this to be like a maybe in this fiction where life was formed or whatever. Like, you know, because this is, let's say,
Like from Prometheus or something.
On those lines. Yes.
Yeah. We have one more though.
All right, Icy World number 4 is a snowball moon with cryovolcanoes.
Snowball moon.
Yes, so this one is not a planet, it's a moon. So it orbits a planet, not a star. It is pretty small, about 500 kilometers across or 310 miles.
Okay.
It is entirely covered in water ice. It is bright white.
Now we're talking.
Like a snowball.
Yeah.
So this is the most Hoth-like.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This fits the description.
Yes. It reflects almost all the sunlight it receives. So the surface temperature is about minus 201 degrees Celsius, which is minus 330 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
So it's cold. So this is the iciest of them, I suppose. Yeah.
Now, what was the other part?
So
cryovolcanoes? Okay, I know a thing or two about volcanoes. I did an episode on volcanoes.
Okay.
Wow, the hubris of this man.
Tell us, where is it from?
I don't know.
So a cryovolcano, cryo, of course, means cold or ice. And volcano is exactly what you think. So the surface of this world is water ice. But underneath, probably there's a liquid ocean. And this ocean explodes out because the inside of this body is active. It's not geothermal because geo means earth, but it has like thermal activities inside of it. And so it spews out water from icy volcanoes.
Like a geyser.
Yeah.
Kind of like a geyser. Yeah. And it has very rich plumes of like salt, silica, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, lots of elements. They spew out into space and then it rains back down in snow.
Wow.
Snow. The water ice snows back down.
Wow.
So instead of lava, this volcano is giving out ice. So you're not burning, you're freezing to death.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you think? This one's real or fake?
It sounds so fake. A pure white moon with like ice volcanoes. That sounds like it's from fiction.
It's only one fake though.
Yeah. Oh no. That's a good point.
This one to me sounds real.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure, just by the description, this is outrageous, but in our space, there's like a lot of outrageous things.
Yeah. And I know a lot of moons are really weird like that. Like around Jupiter and Saturn, they have really weird makeup.
Are you trying to tell me that there isn't one moon which can have something like
That's
this?
what I'm getting at. Like, that's believable to me.
I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this. I have a feeling this is true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we have to guess, right? There's brilliant descriptions of icy worlds. Before we do, Andi, will you repeat these worlds for us?
Yes. Icy World number 1 was an ice giant with diamond rain. Icy World number 2 was a Hoptune with hot ice. Ice World number 3 was an Earth-like planet with a band of liquid water. And Ice World number 4 is a Snowball moon with cryovolcanoes. One of those is from a work of fiction. The other 3 are real.
Oh, man.
I have a feeling that number 3 is the fake one.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem there, why I'm not 100% sure, is that because the description is like Earth-like, you know?
Yeah.
Which makes me believe and at the same time not believe that this is a work of fiction. Is between number 3 and 4. I don't have any logic, knowledge to go off of. But what are you thinking? Which one's the fake one?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's 3 or 4. I think 3 sounds really, really close to how you would describe Earth or where a human-like character from sci-fi would come from.
Right.
So I think that's very convenient. I think that's probably the sci-fi. I think number 4 is like very easy to come up with.
Right.
So I think a science fiction writer would come up with a world like that.
Yeah.
So which one are you going to go with?
I think I'm going to go with number 4, even though I believe it's real, but I see why this could be fictional. Like it has the quality of both. I'm going to pick number 4.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think number 3 would fit really well in sci-fi. So I think it's number 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start with the 2 you didn't pick. Icy World number 1, the ice giant with diamond rain. That's Uranus.
Oh.
Actually, probably all ice giants have diamond rain.
Wow.
So it's not impressive at all. Neptune also would have worked, but I just picked Uranus. The Hoptune is a planet called GJ436b, which orbits a red dwarf called GJ436, which is in Leo. It's roughly 32 light years away from here.
Okay.
Wow.
It actually has this weird ice.
Hot ice.
Hot ice.
That's weird.
So that one's real.
That's so weird.
So, number 4, the Snowball moon is Enceladus.
It is Enceladus.
Which is a moon of Saturn.
I know that one.
Oh, yeah sure. Yeah, so that one's real. I mean, I thought that you guys would question more how we know what's inside the plume. We know because we've sent spacecraft to collect the water from this moon, which is crazy.
We've collected water from the moon?
Yeah, that's how we know what's inside the water. That's why I was like, you guys never even question how do we know what's in the water?
Yeah.
We've collected water from this moon that orbits Saturn and we analyzed it.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I know, and you never question that.
No.
You're just like, we know.
We just assume.
But yeah, anyway, number 3, you're right.
Yeah.
The only planet that has standing liquid water is the Earth. We don't have the ability to detect exoplanets of Earth's size. Almost all exoplanets we find are much bigger than the Earth.
Oh.
And certainly not with enough detail to know what different parts of the surface of this planet would look like. So this planet is actually a planet called Gethin or Winter, and it's from the universe of Ursula K. Le Guin. In the Hamish series, particularly, this is the setting of The Left Hand of Darkness from 1969. So this planet is a cold planet. Its poles are permanently frozen and only like the tropics are habitable, and they're also cold. And it's inhabited by an ambisexual, agender species of human.
And there's liquid water.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's how they live there.
But that's the weird part.
They're humans.
Yeah.
They're humans, yeah. So there's standing liquid water on Titan, which is a moon of Saturn as well.
Yeah. Right.
But that's not a planet. So the only planet we know of with standing liquid water is the Earth.
All right.
And yeah, Ice 9 is real. We can maybe talk about that in a bonus. I have a lot more to say about super ionic ice and all the different kinds of ices because it's absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
But that's maybe for a bonus for our patrons.
When we nerd out.
Yeah, we can really nerd out and talk about Ice 9.
Yeah. I should have known.
I should have known.
I should have known. Thanks for listening to this episode of I Should Have Known. This concludes our wintry December theme. Next month, we're going to be exploring the animal kingdom. And to kick it off, we will have Sups doing an episode on national animals. So get ready for that. And Happy New Year to everybody. And we'll see you on the other side. And as always, thanks for listening.
Let's get chilly.